Hello, welcome to the garden again. And for those of you who've been following it, this is day 8 of the 9-day candlepalooza. And I know in the past I've lit all the candles in a very intentional way. And I've already done that because I watch my videos too, and quite honestly, watching me light 8 candles, it bores me. So I've got the 8th candles today, so you're seeing me light this one up. And we have below 8 lit candles, and I was trying to think of something to say about the fruition of our intentions. And I've got some crystals in the middle there, some um, quartz and a piece of citrine. And in the quartz is clarity of thought, and the citrine is a stone of abundance that's supposed to draw abundance towards you. And it's been my intention to light these candles to set up the intention to bring prosperity into the garden for myself and for every person who has chosen to participate, even if you're just here for 1 day or 2 days. Your intentions help build the garden and make it grow. And I was thinking about, okay, I've lit 8 candles. Where am I now? And I really kind of am at the point in the garden where I'm thinking about putting it together. How are we going to put all this together so that I I get to share what I know with you. You get the questions to me so I can figure out what you really want to know about. Um, we talk about the different sorts of things, numbers, letters, numerology, astrology a little bit. And that's a whole lot to put together. So I'm still kind of working on that part of it. But I think about it every day. And so, of course, I went back to the deck I like, the Inner Child Fairy Tale cards. And the card I pulled was for today was Snow White. And it's kind of interesting because she's appeared earlier. I went through the whole legend of Snow White, how she ended up being thrown in the woods, how she ended up with the evil fairy godmother, either evil stepmother coming to get her, the different trials she went through. And this card kind of shocked me when I pulled it because I was like, oh, well, that in the traditional tarot is the hermit. And I'm like, what does the hermit have to do with pulling it all together? But really it does, because in the hermit card, when we get to that one in the major arcana, we're at a point where we are pulling it all together, except it's going inside ourselves to pull it together. The active work we are called upon to do in this life is actually internal, which for some of us, we'd rather go out and plow a field than go look inside our own souls and deal with it. And so it's our chance to look at our soul's work and how we serve humanity. And that fits with me and what I think we should be doing in the garden. And the challenge is to be the light of the world. We have one more day to manifest in exactly what that means. So what do we need to look at today? Or what are the cards telling me today? This card appears when you are ready to receive the buried treasure of your own wisdom. And that's for the wisdom of everyone that's in this garden, so that we each bring in our piece of it, and then we can learn. It's a chance to dwell on the caverns of our ancestral past, just like little dwarves that go out there and mine them. And Snow White is revives from the perils of the transformations and the trials she's been put through. And if there was ever a year that one could classify as a place to transform through the perils and trials, 2020 is it. This card is a card of service, deep reflection. As you open your own heart and soul to the treasures of your own destiny, you find new opportunities to illuminate the world. And I don't think I could have said it better. That's what I want us to pull together. How do we bring our own scales, our own opportunities, our own experiences, what we've learned? How do we pull that all together and then work together to help each other find illumination also? So that illumination will probably come with the 9th candle, which will be tomorrow. And then, as I told you before, when you finish lighting all the candles on the 9th day, you just let them burn out. Now, tomorrow's going to be Christmas, and yes, I will be doing a show on Christmas. I'm really looking forward to, I haven't pulled that card yet, not sure which one we're going to get, but it ought to be interesting. And it'll be the culmination of how do we make this garden work. I want to thank all the people who've subscribed, all the people of you who have shared, and those of you who have been asking questions. And yes, I'm going to do a lot more on the crystals, a lot more on setting up. I'm going to teach you how to set up small grids for yourself that you can do sort of a DIY my grid to kind of help you. And I'm going to try to go into more of the essence and metaphysical beliefs around different crystals. But right now I'm going to blow the lights out. This part I'll let you watch. There we go. Okay. And on tonight, I want to hope that each and one of you has a way to celebrate this holiday season, whether it's your ethnic or religious tradition. There's just a whole lot of stuff that happens around the holidays. And I realize a lot of people who aren't Christians get dragged kicking and screaming into it. I hate to tell you guys, but if you're raised in a Christian tradition, there's a whole lot around the holidays that we got dragged kicking and screaming into. But I think it's more that it's a time that everyone can kind of say things were different and we had these things. And now this year, we've had to come up with new things and learn new ways and create new traditions for ourselves to survive. And hopefully next year, people can go back to doing what they want to do. But I guarantee you, none of us are going to go back to being the same. And that's what my garden's about. As you know, if you've watched from the first, I was led to understand I needed to create this garden by my angels when they put a brick wall in front of me and said, paint it with the paint. I painted it. The wall disappeared and the garden was there. And I said, what created this wall? Well, what created this wall was the pain and the tears of at least the last year and probably years before that. So please come here and feel like it's a place where you can kind of come, take a deep breath, and escape from that reality, that part of it, and find out how to take those experiences and make them into something that's worth living for instead of running from. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a good holiday. If you're not having a holiday, have a lovely meal. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the downtime. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow in the future. Bye.